What up, everybody? It's your man Danelle, aka Small Guy Promotions, aka the Omaha Fattie, coming with another podcast episode of What's Up Omaha. It is the new year. A lot of people are making New Year's resolutions. Um, Starting, 2021. Everybody knows that 2020 was kind of a tough year, and people are just wanting to look ahead, look forward, and hopefully find new things on the horizon. But I know a lot of people are doing New Year's resolutions. I personally don't do New Year's resolutions just because I'm like it's kind of like for me personally, it's a crutch. And if I want to do something, I might as well go ahead and do it today instead of waiting for a certain day of the year to do it or whatever. And if you really want it, you're gonna do it like now anyway. So uh, I don't think that we necessarily need to wait for January 1st to start pursuing any dreams that we are looking to obtain. So yeah, man. No matter what day of the year it is, just go and get it. If you want it, go and get it. That's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold says so. Nah. Uh, but yeah, man, I always think that it's going to be a great year regardless anyway. My plan is always just to keep doing the things that I'm doing that bring joy and happiness, you know, to me and my family and people around me. So I'm just going to continue to do more of that. Um, 2020 definitely was a tough year for a lot of people. I feel like for me, it wasn't really that tough. I mean, I got to hang at home a lot and chill with my family. I still was working, so you know, I feel like I had it very easy. I know my wife struggled a little bit with having to stay home and not be able to work for a month and a half because she's a cosmetologist and massage therapist, so she works at a salon, so she had to shut down for a bit. The girls, my daughters, have each had to finished the previous year at home with e-learning and or online learning. Um, they both had to quarantine for a little bit, actually twice. Uh, yeah, my oldest had to quarantine once uh, right before Thanksgiving. Actually, both of them right before Thanksgiving because they had potential exposure. And then when my wife had COVID, they had to quarantine then as well. Um, but outside of that, man, just trying to navigate and try to keep things as close to normal as possible. You know, the only thing I've really given up is jujitsu and eating out, or I guess the only things, jujitsu and eating out. I still go and get food and bring it home to eat, but yeah, I think we only ate out. Well, I ate out 3 times. I think once was on a patio. Um, one other time it was a place where we had a long table and it was only my daughters and I. Uh, then once with some friends, we were in a corner at El Vallarta eating over there. So yeah, 4 times I think, because I ate out with my homie Joe Evans once as well at the special out in Bellevue. But aside from those things, life has been normal. I'm actually appreciative for the time that I've been able to spend with my family. Yeah, man. So it's been cool. Uh, I know a lot of people are struggling financially, so hopefully that'll turn around for people in 2021. Um, you know, Use it as a time to figure out some things that you want to do. If you've been a long time follower of me, you know that I work full time at a job that I don't really care for. I do it because, you know, insurance benefits and, it pays the bills. I've been looking, I'm at that point where I'm like, do I look for another job or do I push harder with small guy promotions in Omaha Fattie to see if I can actually make those things be my main sources of income. And I think that's it's just gradually moving towards it. I know people have asked before, why don't you just quit your job and just go ahead and do those things? Well, because I need to pay for my house. And I mean, it could be one of those things where I'm pushed into a corner and where I make certain sacrifices to make sure that I can do those things and still pay for, living expenses. But I just want to do it at a pace that I'm comfortable with. And right now, even though I don't care for my full time gig, like it serves a purpose. It's transactional. There's no heart in that position. I go and I do the job, and I do the job decently well. You know, management, aside from me being honest about how crappy things are and like me not pulling no punches when I'm talking to management, I don't, I actually, my current manager is actually like, hey, thank you for being honest. I know to a certain point it probably cuts a little bit, but I'm like, yo, man, I've been here long enough. I gotta shoot it to you straight. Like I'm not candy coating what I believe. I mean, it'd be different if I felt like the company actually cared, but I just feel like the company they want to put on the face that they care, but behind the scenes they don't really care. So I straight up tell my manager like how I feel about things like that. I'm like, you take it or leave it. I don't know. You can fire me if you need to, but my work productivity and all that stuff is where it needs to be. So, and he actually told me once that he doesn't take it personally. Like he understands. So that's what it is, man. So I might be unhappy, and I'm actually have been looking for different positions. I've applied for at least, I'd say it's probably been at least like 15, maybe more. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't actually sat down and counted, but I've applied for a decent amount of positions. I actually had a phone interview um, last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, nothing is just panned out. So I continue the grind. I do the full time gig and I do my side gigs. Um, People might not really understand the full scope of small guy promotions and what I do with that. So I'm gonna break that down a little bit. Um, Small guy promotions has evolved over the years. Back when I first started in 2013, it was strictly putting on events, hip hop show, not even hip hop shows, just music shows. Um, and then I also put on quarterly vendor events where people could come out and shop local. So I've been doing that for some years. 2020, that's one of the things I guess that changed also. We only had one event in 2020. Um, I only had two scheduled. Usually I would have four, but it didn't hurt too much because I only had to cancel the one event in June. Um, but yeah, that was a big part of what Small Guy Promotions was about, and it's just changed over time. Now I do some behind the scenes stuff. I'm doing social media for a couple of small companies where I'm creating the content, and I'll also keep an eye on um, their inboxes. So if like someone's messaging them or leaving comments on their social pages, oftentimes if it's not me responding, if I can't respond, I'll let the owners know like, hey, this comment is waiting for you, or someone commented about this, or someone has a complaint or a compliment about this, can you go and respond? Oftentimes I'll respond if I know the answer, if I'm able to add some kind of value, I'll go ahead and do that. So if you're looking for social media assistance, I've always said this when it's come to the social media stuff. If you don't, if you don't want to learn how to do social media, if you feel like you don't have the time, or if you just feel like it's too much like that, you can't do it. Like you just it's not something that interests you, but you want to be out there. Like you want your company, your business to be out there and reaching more people. Hit up Small Guy Promotions. We can work out a deal. Hopefully, um, you know, I like to I have to actually come and like see the company and or know about the company to be able to be effective as far as doing social media. So one of the things that I need from any client that I work with is an open line of communication. I need to be able to actually know what the goal is and uh, get a good feel for the company so I can speak from their perspective when creating content, whatever it is. Um, but yeah, so if you're looking for any kind of social media assistance, hit me up. We'll see what we can do. I need to get into that search engine stuff, the SEO, the search engine optimization. I need to get into that stuff, and I hope to do that soon. I just need to stop being lazy. But as far as just straight up social media, I can help you with that. If you feel like you don't have the time, you don't want to learn how to do it, or you feel like you can't learn to do it, I can help you with that, or I can come and show you some things that you can do. Whatever it is, hit me up. So that's one aspect of Small Guy Promotions is doing the social media. You know, the big goal is always to just support local and help mom and pop shops thrive and grow, man. Let's grow together. That's one of the things that I've said often is it's not just about me growing, it's not just about, you know, whoever else. It's about a group and growing together, community. That's what I love about Omaha, Bellevue, Papillion. These locations are really into helping one another out, so I love it. Um, I do the podcast. You see it weekly. What's up, Omaha? That's just a one aspect of Small Guy Promotions. And, I just try to share positivity often. I know sometimes when I'm talking about the job, the full time job, it's not always a positive thing. But outside of that, I'm just trying to lead by example. I know it's tough and a lot of people struggle. And, I just figure if I can continue to be a beacon of light, be a beacon of light, and do the things that are within my power to make change. Maybe somebody else will see that. Maybe I'll inspire someone on some level, and they will go ahead and go and follow their dream or do something for someone else. But it's all about community and growing together. I truly believe that. Yeah, man. So that's what Small Guy Promotions is about. We got the podcast. We're doing social media, and just finding different ways to help and give back to the community. Also, um, yeah, it's transitioned a lot over the years to being, from those public events to being behind the scenes and doing stuff with social media. Um, yeah, man. I'm just, and I'll take whatever comes my way, man. I didn't know that I'd be doing social media assistance, but I found that I had kind of uh, a knack for it, and people thought that my personality was good. So I've done that over the years, whether it be doing live videos for Better Than Retail, which I just happen to have the sweatshirt on. This is like it's a warm sweatshirt. It's one of my favorites. Or if it's just being behind the scenes, man, and creating content. I enjoy doing that. Um, I'm on a lot of different social media platforms, and we'll keep doing that and growing. We'll see what other new platforms come up. You got TikTok right now that's new. I know that there's a lot of other platforms out there that are always popping up too. So we'll see what happens in the future. Um, so that's what it is for Small Guy. And then Omaha Fattie was a spinoff of Small Guy Promotions. I was already out in the community and sharing photos and Google reviews and everything of places that I was eating. It wasn't just specific to places that I was eating. I was doing it at, wherever I was going. I was taking pictures and would pop up for a Google local guide and I'd leave a review or something. And then, I've talked about this story before, a contact that I had through Facebook. Skyler, my partner with Omaha Fattie, he actually reached out to me to ask if I had ever thought about making it something legit. And we met, had lunch, chopped it up, and a couple months later, we had a website and everything going for Omaha Fattie. We're an LLC. The goal with Omaha Fattie is again still to support local and promote. We'll expand outside of Omaha here. I mean, we just released this last week the interview, or not the interview, the review for Master's Hand from when my family went out over the summer. So, we're going to keep expanding outside of Omaha, extending the perimeter of places that we go. And once things open back up and get, I don't know. I don't know what it'll look like when things do open back up, but hopefully we'll get some day trips in to go to different places. I've been to Glenwood and uh, checked out Adriano's Brick Oven, and I've had the owner on, and we've talked about that restaurant and what's going on out over there in Glenwood, Iowa. So we're just gonna continue to do that. Before we were doing like weekly reviews because I had so many written, um, but just to be able to actually make it work, we decided that for now we'll have new releases every 2 weeks. The releases come out on Wednesdays. So if you're looking for food reviews to check out on Omaha Fattie on the website, you can check those out on Wednesdays. We have the newsletter that comes out on Thursdays. So if you go to the website, www.omahafattie.com, you can subscribe to the newsletter and you'll get that new review every other week in your inbox. So you can do that. But yeah, man, again, it's all about supporting local and during 2020, trying to spend as much money locally as we can to do our part and helping people stay open. And I talk about that a lot because that's what Omaha Fattie is about. It's about supporting local, man. Again, we'll be expanding and maybe go to some different places. Maybe we'll see some different states in the future. We've had some in the past, but I don't think I've actually written any reviews. May have made like a video or posted photos of stuff, but not really any reviews. But you know, we'll see how that goes. And that's what it is, man. I appreciate y'all listening and watching. Please share, like, and subscribe and all that. Let your friends know about what's up, Omaha, and what we're trying to do. I'm going to close this off because I hear them coming in, but smile, help someone else smile. Laugh and help someone else laugh. All day, every day.